What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are right now, right there, just below 1 cent on this, the 15th day of October. Before we get into the price action, I do just want to make a point here to talk about the staking. You guys, the staking's at a rate of like 33, 35%, somewhere in there, right? 34 something. We're at very high rates of yield for the staking rate, right? I think that it's not essential, no, not financialized, not a financializer, but I think that anybody holding OnyxCoin, if you're not staking, you're missing out on added opportunity, right? For example, if you have about, let's say, a million tokens, a million OnyxCoin tokens, every single day you'll be getting about 900 XCN, 900 free XCN from staking every day, right? Every month, ramp that up to every month. That would be about what, 27,000, almost 30,000 XCN a month that you're getting, right? Imagine you've been holding XCN for months, right? And you have, let's say, a million tokens, right? Well, at this point in time now, because the staking rates increased so much, you could get an extra 25 to 30,000 XCN a month just from holding, right? And that, I mean, at the current price, what? That's like $300. It's like $250 to $300 a month for free at a 1 million staked XCN. Now, maybe you don't have a million. Maybe you have 500,000. Maybe you have 100,000. Maybe you have 10 million. I don't know. I don't know everybody's story. Maybe you have more than that, right? But imagine, not just now, at a million XCN staked per month, you're getting an added, anywhere from $250 to $300 just in passive income there. But imagine you don't spend that. Imagine you just hold on to that, and this 1 cent price by the end of the cycle does go up to $1. Well, now you're making like $3,000 to $2,500 a month or something like that. Is that right? No, it'd be more than that. It'd be 25. Now you're making $25,000 to $30,000 a month if those tokens go up to $1, right? If we do see a $1 and beyond price in the XCN price, right? So that's a lot of passive income that you're passing up on for a project that we all believe is going to go higher, right? If you're like me and you believe that this thing by the end of this cycle has a lot higher to go, and you're not going to sell now, you're not looking to sell anytime soon, I think that staking is actually a really good way to go about things, right? I'm not a proponent of staking. I really am not. XCN is not my first experience, but it's like the first time that I've staked and I had a good experience, let's just say, right? It's my second experience staking overall. And you stake and you can unstake immediately. You can unstake with a lot of tokens. Like I have put to test the amount that you can stake and unstake, and man, just trust me when I tell you, like you can have an absurd amount of cash staked, and then you can unstake it instantly. You don't have to wait at all. It literally will happen in that same amount of money, in that same amount of time. Anyways, just an advocate here for the staking, because I want to see people make extra funds. And if you're fully allocated in the market, you can't really afford to buy more OnyxCoin. Well, there's a good way to get like at least some, every single month. Anyways, here we are, 0.00. And if you're like me, if you believe that the end of the cycle is going to be, sometime from like the end of, or the beginning of March to the end of May, somewhere in that kind of time frame here, if it's going to be all the way out in this window, we've got months, you guys. We've got months. That's, it's October now. It's October 15th right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 months or more before the end of the cycle. 5 months, if you're staking a million coins right now, the staking APR probably comes down month to month. I would assume it does come down. It's at like 33.4% right now, or 34%, something like that. It'll probably come down daily. I would assume still, though, the average person would be able to make in that time hundreds of thousands. If you have a million tokens or more, hundreds of thousands of XCN tokens could be acquired just through staking, just in that. And if XCN goes to $1 per token, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? That's, anyways, just a thought there. Just a thought there. Again, I don't really normally take the time to say these things about staking, especially. I'm actually really not a huge proponent of staking, but when it comes to OnyxCoin, it's just such a large opportunity, and it's so easy to do. I think that it's worth it. And then you get Onyx points, and you get there's all these other things. Anyways, let's move on. Here we are at 1 cent now. Bitcoin's shaking up the markets a little bit. The rest of the market's up, down a little bit, I suppose, except for Zora. Today Zora's up like 15%, man. I bought some more XCN a little bit higher, right? I bought some on this pump here that we had the other day. Looking at this 1 hour time frame, I bought some like right about there, right at like 1.1 cent. Wish I just put it into Zora. Would have been better. And then I could have sold the Zora now and bought more XCN at a cheaper price, huh? Hindsight's 2020. Anyways, looking at this here, I do think that even though XCN hasn't pumped up a whole lot, I think it's actually having an easier time. It's just been moving sideways than a lot of coins. A lot of coins have actually seen some red over the past couple of days, and XCN's really just moved sideways. A little bit of red, but really just moved sideways. I think that we're on the precipice of this fantastic move. I actually had a dream. I literally had a dream. It woke me up this morning at like 4 in the morning that XCN was pumping. It was up like 25%. I opened up the charts and I saw it was Zora that was up like 25%, and I was like, damn it. I thought, when is it going to be my turn? OnyxCoin. I am holding some Zora too, though, so I mean that's fair. But anyways, OnyxCoin is my biggest bag. I think that you guys all know that, right? It's my biggest bag. It's been my biggest bag since January, and it'll probably continue to be my biggest bag until the end of the cycle. 1 hour time frame. Looking at the RSI, things are a bit, let's say, bearish, right? Kind of neutral, but bearish. Definitely volatile, but bearish. The stochastics are bearish. You know, it's interesting that you've got these bearish looks. You're not really doing much to the downside. That's kind of encouraging. The MACD is bullish, to be fair, but it's the 1 hour, so I don't really care about that so much. Looking at the 4 hour time frame, the RSI rejecting the 50 is not a good look in itself. Moving sideways like this, though, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the RSI. Because to me, looking at it overall, it looks bearish. But here, when you rejected, you should have come down, but you didn't. You held support at the 40. Here, when you rejected, you should have come down. Here, when you rejected, you should have come down, but you didn't. Here, you're rejecting the 50. You should go down, but will you is the question. Are you going to see lower lows? If you see lower lows, okay, then bearish. If you see a higher low compared to this low, then perhaps we are running our way up to the overbought zone, in which case by the end of today or maybe tomorrow we do get that pump that I had a dream about. Looking at this on the stochastics, I would say very bearish, yeah. Odd. It's very odd that you get this kind of behavior in the band. Typically when you're moving sideways like this, you're in the oversold zone or the overbought zone. You don't really get this in the band so often, but hey, it's happening right now. The MACD does make me bearish on the 4 hour. You see, there's good things going on here. You're moving up. You come back down to touch, and then you move up. You come back down to touch, and then you move up. It's nice. It looks good. That typically does promote the idea of a bullish trend, but you're not doing anything with it, right? You're doing these bullish things, but you're just moving sideways. So I wouldn't be surprised, with that being said, if XCN did come down, if we did see a little bit lower prices, maybe we go below 0092. Perhaps we do go below 009 itself and even down below to 00865. We could go that low, find some support, and then move up higher. But I am still anticipating, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I'm not selling a drop, because at any moment we could just rip through the roof. We really could. I don't think TA is going to help us necessarily with that one. I think that the best assumption to make is, regardless if we move up, if we move down from here, whatever it is that we're doing, we're going to have a nice pump here very, very soon. And when I say a nice pump, I mean something that's a little bit bigger than this. It's going to take us above this here. Overall, it's going to hopefully take us to new all-time highs. But what I mean by a nice pump is just something in the short term, the very near term, probably take us back to this 1.3 to 1.5 cent area, something in that zone there. That's kind of my expectation. Looking at the daily RSI, lower highs and lower lows. Rejecting this area that you found support at, rejecting this area that you found resistance at and support at before on the RSI. Come down. Do it. Come down. Form a higher low in the daily RSI. Get a lower low on a daily closing basis. All you got to do is close below here. If we get today to close below 00913 or any day to close below there, we will have bullish divergence on the daily RSI. We'll probably have bullish divergence on the stochastics as well. I doubt we'll have bullish divergence on the MACD, but we'll still have bullish divergence on the other two, and I think that matters more anyways. Stochastics do look bearish here, so lower is the expectation from here. My thoughts are that we will see prices below 009. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're looking to sell and you want to play the game, sure, it might work out for you, but is a 4% drop worth it? Is a 12% drop even worth it? I don't think we dropped 12%, but is that even worth it in the context of something that could just literally in the same day from here rip 35% to the upside, 40% to the upside, more than that, right? We've seen these kind of, literally from this exact same place over here, we saw 2 days later a move that resulted in a 188% move. Back over here, and I don't know why I have this extended. Let's fix that. We don't want it extended. Not right now. Back over here, we were at this price right here. 1, 2, 3 days later, we were all the way up 163%. 4, 5, 6 days later, less than a week later, we were up 419%. Now, this was in the midst of a fantastic move. I'm not saying a week from now we'll be up here. I'm just saying we're at this exact same price once upon a time on the 20th of January. And 1 week later on the 26th, we were all the way up 5x from here. Do you want to play the game for a 4 to 12% drop on something that's about to rally? You know what I mean? I don't think it's worth playing the game. I think it'd be better, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I think it'd be better to stake your coins and get some rewards personally. Like even at the current price, what is that? You'd be getting, it's not much, but like even at $1 million staked, it's like $9 a day, $8 a day, something like that you're getting. That's not bad. Just passive income for free. That's a coffee. It's a croissant, you know, or as the French would say, a croissant. Shout out to the French homies out there. 0095 is the price right now. On a daily time frame, the indicators are suggestive that we go lower. We're not ready yet, I think, to move higher. We're probably just dealing with the aftermath from the 10th here, and we're waiting to see what that means for us going forward, right? I think we're looking for guidance from Bitcoin and maybe some other altcoins as well, and we'll get that, but not today is what I'm thinking. Today we're probably going to move down a little bit, and I actually think that Bitcoin's going to move down too. Weekly time frame here. Again, we look at this, and this is where the magic starts to happen because we have an immaculate level of support here, double bottom, right? The first time we were over here, we found immaculate support right at this level. We also found immaculate support here. Both times. This time here, in like 1 hour, we pumped up 31%. Yes, we're back down now, but we still have this look of a double bottom, and I think that that's fine. Overall, when we do come up, we take on this W shape now, and that makes this point here a very important part in this this puzzle to take us to new relative highs and new all-time highs altogether. When we get above 2.7 cents at all, we should really see this thing come to life in a way that we haven't seen since January, January going into late January there. Very fantastic growth. I do anticipate that soon we will see a move that takes us all the way up to about, I would say, just looking at this right here, I would say it would make sense to rip all the way up here, right to where that is there, but we've already found so much resistance. Like, look at all these wicks here. 1, 2, 3, 4 different wicks to this exact area. I would think if we move up from here, we don't stop here, or if we do stop here, it's momentary. We'd probably move up to the next level, which would be this zone here, where we have a bunch of weekly closes as resistance, where we have a couple of wicking points as well. We'll probably just rally all the way up to 2 cents. So again, I'm telling you, here we are just below 1 cent. When the time comes, we're going to teleport to 2 cents like that. It's really not worth trying to play the game here. And then whatever you're staking, again, if you're staking, let's say 1 million Onyx tokens per month, that's anything from like what? I think that would be $250 to like $300 if I did my math right. I'm not 100% sure in passive income. That doubles as soon as we get to 2 cents. It actually over doubles. So then it's 500 to $600 a month that you're making in passive income. We hit 4 cents, and then it's $1,000 to $1,200 a month. You know what I mean? And then beyond that, as we continue to grow, it's even more. High to low, inevitably OnyxCoin will see these targets of 8.2 cents, 15 cents, 26 cents, and beyond. We'll see all these targets. That is the ultimate target there. I really need to set time aside, and I need to just do an in-depth analysis on the XCN BTC pair to see where we stand with what makes sense with where we'll stop. That way that we can all be on the same page. I know that we've seen that video plenty of times. I've done it enough times where we've compared XCN to BTC, BTC USD to its current price and where it might be. We do the calculations and the inputs, and they typically do line up with this 26 to 32 cent area, sometimes just above, but really just in this area altogether. But I want to do another analysis on that maybe tomorrow. I just need to remember to do that. I was going to do it today. I was even going to do it yesterday. I just kind of forgot to do it. And I went with the standard analysis that we normally do. So tomorrow I'm going to do an XCN BTC analysis. We'll do a more in-depth explanation as to why it makes a hell of a lot of sense to go to 26 to 32 cents from here. And we could do it the lazy way. We could say, well, here we are, right? This is our last movement that we saw. Whenever we break out of this zone, we're going to go all the way up here. That's how it's going to be. But no, that's not what it is. It's more complicated than that. And those complications actually help guide us in what direction the price is going to go. But anyways, I've got nothing else for you guys. I'm just talking at this point. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Again, if there's anything you can take away from this video, there's two things that I'd like to say, like primarily. First and foremost, don't play the game right now. I don't think it's worth playing the game. If you want to wait to buy, sure, go for it. But maybe wait. I think that we will see prices below 0.009, but that won't be long lived. If you have no OnyxCoin at all, I don't think it's worth waiting. I think just get in. Like, who cares? Sit through the pain. That's my style, not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. Definitely hold your OnyxCoins. Wait. This massive pump moment is coming. And then number two, check out staking. Look into staking with OnyxCoin. You guys just type in OnyxCoin on Google, right? Like Onyx. If you type in OnyxCoin here, assuming you don't have the same history that I do, you click on onyxcoin.org. And then you launch the app, and then bada bing, bada boom, you should be able to, you need to connect your Coinbase wallet or other wallets if you have. Whenever you do stake, it's through Ethereum, so you want your OnyxCoins to be sent through the Ethereum network, not through Base network, not through some other network. You want to, if you're sending them from Coinbase or any other exchange, send it through Ethereum as an Ethereum address. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but just if you're trying to stake, that's the way you would do it. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. You will need Ethereum on your wallets to help process the transactions. Put like $10 of Ethereum on there, or $5 of Ethereum, right? It's not going to cost much. They cost like 10 cents or 12 cents per transaction, 20 cents in high traffic times. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy. So anyways, take care. Hit the like button. Bye-bye.